CPE is the top level. So if you find the questions today rather challenging, they're supposed to be challenging. This is the hardest exam, and this is the grammar part of the exam that we're going to look at today, which is called the use of English part of the exam. But anybody doing FCE or CAE will recognize this exam because it doesn't look very different. It's the same format, but a harder level. So let's have a look at a CPE exam. I just wanted to put that CPE writing up so everybody could see on the thumbnail what it is. Let's have a look. Hold on a second. Let's try this one. Okay. Can everybody see adventure travel? Hopefully you can. I think I might try and zoom a little bit closer. How do I zoom a bit closer? Here it is. And I'm not sure. Okay, is that all visible for everybody, guys? Let me just see how it looks on the screen there. I think I should make it a little bit bigger. Hold on. Ah, there it is. Look, why didn't somebody tell me? Okay, let's put that in the... Oh, typical. You just never can get it bigger and still get all the way so that everything's in the screen. But okay, in part one, in this part, you've got multiple choice. Okay, so we've got to choose for number one between droop, slump, sag, and plunge. And I'm sure many of you will think, what are those words? They're difficult. It's difficult vocabulary in CPE, and you can see it straight away. So Wilfrid Thesiger, the legendary explorer, once said, "We live our lives secondhand." Sadly, his words are true for far too many of us as we in front of the television. So we need I hope you can see that we definitely need a verb here, and they're all verbs as we droop in front of the television, slump in front of the television, sag in front of the television, and plunge in front of the television. Only one of those is correct, and I'll tell you which one it is. It's slump, and it's because you can slump in an armchair. Yeah, we don't normally use the other verbs here in the same way. And let me explain why. You slump in an armchair, and it's when you sit like that in your chair. You really sit right into the armchair. But with droop and sag, we normally say that things droop and sag. For example, skin can droop and sag. Yeah, normally parts of the body droop and sag, and people don't droop and sag. But your face could droop, your face could sag, something like that. Your skin certainly can. And plunge, you plunge into water usually. And when you take the plunge, it means you take some kind of risk because you're diving into the water. So plunge is a little bit different. Let's keep going. So as we slump in front of the television, as we slump in front of the television, so we'll keep going. In reality shows, in reality television, in reality television. So it's captivated in reality television. I hope you all understand it's captivated by something. So it's not captivated. Gripped in reality television. No, it's gripped by as well. Engrossed in reality television. Yes, engrossed in. We do find engrossed works with the preposition in. And riveted by, again, riveted by reality television. Or you could also say his eyes were riveted on the television. You could certainly put it like that as well. But C is correct here because engrossed in. So do look out for prepositions. They're giving you a clue as to the right answer. Okay, so engrossed in reality television, living our lives through the words and pictures of others. Very true. But it does not have to be that way. There are more opportunities than ever for taking a break from our increasingly sanitized lives. Our lives are certainly increasingly sanitized. And exploring not only, and check out the parallel structure, guys. They do it always in this exam. They've obviously heard of parallel structure. Not only some exotic of the globe. So what do we say? Do we say corner of the globe, edge of the globe, angle of the globe, or pocket of the globe? We say corner. Corner is correct here, and you just have to have heard this collocation in every corner of the globe. Okay, not only some exotic corner of the globe, but also our own abilities and ambitions. The kind of first-hand experience whose loss Thesiger laments is still available for anyone willing to forsake the beaten. Now, I've got a confession to make here. I've already seen the answers, and I actually disagree with this answer because as far as I can see, that 2 of their answers are correct. Let's have a look at 4. Path, off the beaten path. Well, I've heard that, off the beaten path, so that doesn't sound bad. Off the beaten road, no, never heard of it. Off the beaten track, yeah, I've definitely heard of that as well. In fact, both of those, the beaten path, the beaten track, I've heard many, many times. And the beaten course, no. So I can't see, willing to forsake the beaten path, the beaten track. I can't see any reason why 2 answers aren't correct here, guys. And so do be aware that sometimes you look at a CPE exam. This is published by Cambridge. Let's see what Cambridge Dictionary say. Hey, you know, I don't want you to think that I just come up with these things willy-nilly. Let's have a look what Cambridge Dictionary says. So I'll just stop share screen one more time and we'll do the Chrome tab. Okay, off the beaten path. Yeah, that's quite clear. It's off the beaten path. And what does it say under off the beaten path? Let's have a look. Also, off the beaten track. Now, I just don't understand this, the answers for this one. I have seen the answers, and in the answers, they want, let me just remind myself, I think it's track. They want for C, they want track for C. But I see no reason why path is wrong. Afraid sometimes I do disagree with these exams, sometimes. And this on this particular question with path, the beaten path or the beaten track, you try asking other friends who are native speakers, and I think they'll all agree with me that both of those answers are correct. So let's get back to the proficiency. So willing to forsake the beaten path or the beaten track, 2 answers are correct here. And put their mind to into the less explored regions of this planet. Yeah, and put their mind to turning out, weird. Taking off into, yeah, turning out into doesn't work. You can't use into with that phrasal verb, but you can say to take off into space, for example, or to take off into orbit. So taking off into the less explored regions of this planet works really well. So number 5 is taking off and not making out. Maybe making off into, maybe, but taking off is it commonly means to leave, but it also means to leave the ground. Yeah. So taking off into the lesser explored regions of the planet sounds good. So taking off for this one, number 5. Number 6, into the less explored regions of this, okay, 6, of this wide planet. You don't call a planet wide. Diverse planet, yeah, that works. Mixed planet, mixed what? Mixed races, mixed in what sense? And different planet, no. Diverse, definitely diverse here, our diverse planet. Okay, number 7, the in travel in recent years. So the trend in travel, that works, doesn't it? Trend works within. The direction in travel does work. The direction in travel in recent years has been towards, is it what we want to say though? Yeah, what is known as adventure travel. Do we want to, you normally only use a direction, the noun direction, the direction in something, to mean literally a direction. You normally use it figuratively. And so here, the trend in travel, yeah, has been towards adventure travel. It sounds much better. But direction in, I do agree, works. But direction in travel has been towards, yeah, I suppose you do get directions towards as well, but still, we don't use it we don't use it metaphorically like that. The custom in, no. And the inclination in, no. Okay, and on to the last one. Adventure doesn't have to involve physical exertion, be it haggling over a souvenir in Peru or getting lost in the labyrinthine passages of a Moroccan souk. It all fits, no. Belongs, no. Counts, yeah. Yeah, it all counts. Yeah, it all counts. And we're referring back to yeah, that all, it doesn't have to involve physical exertion. Even when you're haggling over a souvenir, it counts. It counts as adventure travel. Okay. So let's go on to part 2, which is a little bit harder because in part 2, there are words missing and you just have to guess the missing word. But I'm pleased to say that I do not disagree with any of part 2's answers. Part 1's answers, yeah, I must admit, I did disagree with one particular one, where as far as I can see, 2 answers are correct. And if anyone wants to correct me there and tell me why it's track and not path, please explain yourself under the video. Explain, because I like to learn new things and I could be just making a mistake. Okay, mobile communication. For many people, mobile email is a habit they couldn't give up, even if they wanted to. And should they want to? Yeah, so question words are very often tested on this part. I think this is a little bit easy for CPE, if I'm honest, this particular question. And why should they want to? Yeah, we're looking for an explanation. And why should they want to? Number 10 is pretty easy as well. You need to know the preposition that goes with all. After all. Yeah, and so number 10's got to be after. And remember to test, to keep a list of prepositions in your head to test on the answers in this part, because they're very often prepositions, just like they're very often pronouns, relative pronouns, question words, determiners. Okay, after all, the ability to send and receive emails from a mobile device means they can stay in touch with colleagues, friends, and family, whether they're standing in a queue at the supermarket, downing a quick cup of coffee in meetings. Okay, in meetings, or killing before the flight. Well, I think you might be able to guess killing something there, but let's have a look at meeting first. Downing a quick cup of coffee in meetings. So we're going to have to test it with several different things. We're going to have to test it with determiners, prepositions, articles, that kind of thing. So downing a quick cup of coffee in some meetings, it doesn't seem necessary, does it? It doesn't seem necessary. So even though that's a determiner, I don't really think it is necessary. We could just say downing a cup of coffee in meetings. But when are we having the cup of coffee? Aren't we having it, I don't want to say the preposition yet, but aren't we having it in the middle of, in the gap, in the gap after one meeting and before a second meeting? So downing a quick cup of coffee in after meetings, no. In before meetings, no. In between meetings, yes. You see how I'm testing these prepositions? Between is a preposition. In between meetings. So do test the answers with different prepositions, different articles, different quantifiers, different WH question words. That will help you get the right answer. Okay. Let's have a look back at these questions. I want to keep going. We've had 12 minutes. Okay. So in between meetings, or killing what before a flight? You just have to know this collocation, guys. You have to know a collocation that means to spend time so that it goes quickly, so that you can do what you really want to do, the exciting thing that you're waiting for. And that is to kill time. Yeah, when you're sitting in the airport for 2 hours, you've got to kill time. So most of us read a book or something like that. And so killing time before the flight, we all do this in the airport. Killing time just means using it in a way that will make it seem like it flies by faster. Okay, let's go on to the next paragraph. It's fair to say that access to email, while the move has done much to whet appetites for other kinds of collaborative tools. It's fair to say that access to email, while, okay. So it's fair to say that access to email, while the move has done much to whet appetites for other kinds of collaborative tools. Okay, it sounds like this word is part of the expression, the move, yeah? While the move. Now, this is an expression that means while running or walking or moving around, that kind of thing. So, of course, nowadays we can all access our email while on the move. And that's the preposition you need here, guys. Notice it's another preposition, while on the move. And we say, you know, while on the move, when we say it, we mean while you are going around the town, you can do this. So if you can email people while on the move, and I certainly can because I've got a phone, yeah. And so all it's talking about here is the idea that nowadays we can even email each other on the move. We can read our emails, send emails, that kind of thing. Okay. while on the move, has done much to whet appetites for other kinds of collaborative tools. What's, comma, okay, we know what's got to go here, yeah? It's the same expression as moreover. What's more, yeah, moreover, furthermore, yeah, do learn some of these set expressions, these adverbials, because a lot of the time they test them on this part. So it's going to be what's more. The move has done much to whet appetites for other kinds of collaborative. What's more, there's a whole new way of working that has opened up in recent years. And, this is an easy one. This isn't CPE. As a result, yeah, I reckon everybody knows that one. As a result, there's a general expectation that efficiency and productivity don't necessarily take within the four walls of an organization's physical offices. So don't necessarily happen, don't necessarily take place. Yeah, and I think a lot of people will know that one as well. So that's the first two questions of the use of English for CPE. I hope you're all ready for this exam now. I hope you've all got that list of prepositions, determiners, relative pronouns, other pronouns. Have that list of words in your head that you can try. It will help you get to the right answer. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching. That's all for CPE use of English today. I'll try and do parts 3 and 4 soon, but I already have another video on the same theme on CPE use of English. So please go and watch that one if you're studying for CPE. And I hope to see you all soon. Thanks for coming.